Can you believe this moment is finally here? How long have we been waiting for this? And here it is.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Huh?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Furthermore, I can't believe I managed to pick him up locally at a department store this early in the piece. I think he's starting to drop a little early everywhere, but it's always so exciting to be at that front end. You know what? I think it's actually Megatron who sums up my feelings about this release best.
I would have waited an eternity for this.
Good gravy. Would you look at that? God, that just feels right, doesn't it? Tell you what, this release is going to be unstoppable.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Nope. To start off, Sculpt and deco wise, this is another one of those Studio Series 86 releases that I think has done a stupendous job at balancing the flat surface render of the cartoon with picking up some surface detailing and some panel work more akin, you know, to the toy or the comics. It's one of the things I don't like about the look of that new Thundercracker. Too smooth. It looks like what Masterpiece turned into. I want some surface detail. Makes it more dynamic. And on the dynamic front, he delivers. He looks great. I will say, some of the paint apps, on mine at least, are a little bit rough. Just the littlest bit. Like if you have a look, the red stripes on his elbows, just the littlest bit of bleed. Just the littlest bit. You know, just a tiny little speck.
What's that red dot on your sweater?
It's a little bit rough around the eyes as well, but I don't mind that. It makes him feel a little bit meaner. The only issue I ever have with this heavier kind of like enamel-y looking paint, whilst it gives a great shine, I do think it smooths out some of the finer detail. So his mouth does get lost just a little bit. Everywhere else though, I think it works really well. The matte grey plastic looks really nice with those accents picked out. Super crispy tampo on the chest. Even that tiny little, you know, red notch picked out on the gun. Also, I know the leg color was a little contentious for some people. Me included, if I'm honest. But it looks much crisper in real life than it did in those initial photos. So that's a good thing. With him being so wonderful, I find sometimes, and you can't help it, I guess it's human nature, but when he's so close to perfect, those couple of little imperfections really jump out at you. And things that you wish they'd done just a little bit differently. Like the way his head sits on top of his neck, he can't really, you know, look down, and it makes him feel a little squat. If that risen section of his neck there had had a divot before it and it was a little more recessed, I think it would have made him feel a bit bigger and given him more of a sense of neck. In terms of articulation, that head is on a ball joint, which has a better backwards range of motion than it does forwards, but he'll still throw some real stern, you shouldn't have done that Starscream looks when you need him to. The shoulders are on a backwards and a forwards butterfly joint, which is awesome in terms of fight choreography. The arms then all the way around, 90 up, real generous bend out of those elbows. Bicep swivel just below the shoulder, wrist swivel, and some real hardcore finger articulation. So he's got pointer finger and his 3 fingers and, you know, knuckle joint. Waist swivel, my favorite type of hips, recessed skirt. Oh, look at that. Seamless. That is absolutely seamless. Love that. Thigh swivel, nice and far out to the side. He's got quite a generous bend to that knee because of the sculpt of that thigh. Great toe forward, tiptoe back, and a really good tilt with no dead space. I don't know if that's just me, but the empty ankle always irks me. Also, if you're willing to untransform him just the littlest bit, you can get some back tilt pointy toe, but the further you take it, the weirder it looks. What's more, all that articulation just feels so silky smooth, and one joint flows so nicely into the next that it creates a real fluidity of movement that makes posing him a dream and makes pretty well every shape that you want to throw him into feel really natural and dynamic. He just always looks good. Always. I must admit, accessory wise, he is a little weak. I can understand why though, when to be able to get a tank out of this kibbleless bad boy, it's clear from the get-go that the parts count has got to be incredibly high. Even just those hands, where so often it's just the oon piece. This is like, you know, 5 pieces a hand.
5 by 5.
So, other than his almighty fusion cannon, you do get a rough approximation of himself in gun mode. I don't know if it's deliberately been made to look more like a Cybertronian gun. So, you know, I guess if you really wanted to, you could have him wield himself. But, you know, that's a little weird. Is it just me, or does the version that we got with the Centurion drone weapons pack look way better. Pew 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 pew. He also comes with that lightsaber that he found on the ground.
I think George Lucas gonna sue somebody.
Which is cool, but because of the hilt, only a certain type of opening hand will ever actually be able to hold it. Once in hand though, he does hold it really well. And just by the very nature of how cool he is as a figure, he looks good doing it. But I will say, the painted plastic of the light blade just looks awful. It looks so cheap. It looks like a Ronin Warriors dollar store corpse 3-pack weapon. I don't know why they wouldn't have cast this in clear plastic and just painted the handle. Because the crossguard is painted, just have it a separate piece that plugs in, so we can have it on and off. And then it's a blast effect. I don't know why I slowly turned into Mark Wahlberg on that one. I'm a scientist. I invent things. What are your intentions with my daughter? And if you don't feel like using either accessory, he does have storage on his back for both the sword and his crumb bum gun. Gives him somewhere to go. In the words of George Harrison, everyone's got to be somewhere. So let's go ahead and see how he stacks up alongside some of his friends and enemies and frenemies. So let's have a look at him alongside one of the versions of Megatron that I guarantee is currently in everyone's collection. Honestly, I think I have 4 or 5 versions of this mold, which as of today has just become quite redundant. I could understand if people were happy with the Megatron they had, but I don't know. Looking at him alongside the new version, that Sage mold just don't do it for me no more. Here he is alongside like that Earth-risey Netflix Soundwave, who all of a sudden, this Soundwave doesn't feel like it does the job anymore. Looking at these two together, it just doesn't cut it no more. This Soundwave is sick, and I love it so much, but he needs to be bigger, right? Like Megatron can be bigger than Soundwave, but not this much bigger. It's weird, bro. I don't like it. I tell you what I do like, though, is the fact that because of the 5mm port on Megatron's wrist, he can have Laserbeak come and land on his arm.
Laserbeak. Unlike some of my other warriors, you never fail me.
You will be the Falcon, and I will remain the Falconer.
Don't leave me, Soundwave. As you command, Megatron.
But with all that said, the only comparison that really matters is 86 Optimus Prime. Now, Optimus has come out just a skerrick shorter, which I'm not super sure how I feel about. He's often depicted as being a tiny bit shorter than Megatron. He's definitely like, you know, proportionally feels like he could give Megatron a run for his money. But it would have just been so nice if one of them was either half a centimeter shorter or half a centimeter taller. Height discrepancies aside, they pair beautifully with one another. They look exceptional. And you can feel it. You can feel the electricity. To me, these two very much are the new gold standard for what you can do with these lines. And they are both now the definitive versions of their G1 iterations. I almost don't know what to say. I kind of just want to play. One shall stand, one shall fall.
Why throw away your life so recklessly?
That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron.
I'll tear out your optics!
Round 1, fight!
You lose.
No, you don't, Megatron!
Does anyone else think it's odd that he doesn't come with the sneaky fall gun to redo the hot rod bit? All I can think, probably for the anniversary next year, gonna get a 2-pack that has Commander Optimus, Leader Megatron, no trailer, battle damage, different accessories. If it's different enough and not just cosmetic battle damage, I might have to pick it up. So, let's do the contentious and much debated alt mode conversion, shall we? Let's take this off, because it's easier. Open, fold, twist, closed. Lever out, it's scary. It's a scary lever out. Popping this out feels like it puts a lot of stress here, but it's what you gotta do. I don't like it. Turn, fold, remove. Ugh, parts forming. Flip, 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 pull down, head away. You see here, tabs, port, tab, ports. Snug. Tilt the whole lot back. This piece, bring down and up. Spin the waist, skirts up, skirts back, tab port. Bring this section, fold it down. Find that, click it, you'll know you've done it if it sits flat. Spin the arms, fold the arms, and we're gonna come up and down, If you do this right, these pieces will tab in from each other and click in like that. Feet up, shins up, then there is a lot of tank hiding in here. Out, uncouple, out, out. These pieces out, snap them shut. Open here, fold, close, and then with a little persuasion, this bit will close up and fill the gap if you hinge it up. Then we've got big tab, big port, little port. We're going to fold it down and try and line them up. Click. This bit, it does take a little bit of finagling, but God, it's impressive. Now this back section, under this section here, they've got a couple little tabs on the back of this assembly that'll help let you know if you've got them in right. Feet flat, feet down, toes around. Then we're going to twist these around. That gives us room to fold them out. Get the fusion cannon, fold the butt down, and then it's on a lever arm. We're going to want to lever it back in on itself to create that shape. And then this is going to notch over that section to help hold it in place. Then you got a couple little tab port situations there that you should be able to guide into place. So like this, he's got like a metal slug tank kind of look. To finish the whole vibe, you take that little shoulder barrel piece, plug that into the barrel, and you're good to go. Tank. I mean, it's pretty cool. It does look like a tank, so that's something. The turret twists, which is always cool. It twists from the wrong spot at the back, but I do feel like you have to make some allowances when you're going from robot to vehicle in toy form. It looks a little janky through there. The back is very mechanical. And I know there's a lot of people who are going to be upset by the parts forming and how some sections of it look unresolved. But to go from that robot mode to this alt mode, very impressive in my opinion. So I guess all that's left is a couple of vehicle mode comparisons. So here he is alongside, I think this is Earthrise, it could be Netflix, I don't know, and Optimus Prime. That seems good to me. I don't really know how big tanks are. Probably comparable to this. Maybe Optimus is a little small, I don't know. Either way, this makes vehicularly, I think, more sense than him being a gun. It's not what I believe in my soul, but conceptually, it probably makes more sense. Oh God, I don't know. But that's them. And by way of a final comparison, here he is alongside 86 Bumblebee. And so that is 86 Megatron. I know I have to go and edit this video now, and it's going to be a real challenge because I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to put him down. That is how much I am vibing on this figure. It's Megatron. It's the Megatron. It's a little bit like every Megatron up until now has been a shopping mall Santa, and I've just found myself at the North Pole breaking bread with the fat boy himself. This is just everything I ever could have wanted from a Megatron figure. Are there going to be people who are cheesed that he's not a gun? Yeah, 100%. And I know what people think, like, there's things you could do, it might not seem like a gun, but as much as I love an authentic figure, if there's the chance of even one person accidentally getting gunned down by the Popo for playing with a Megatron, it's probably not worth it. And let's be real, other than this one time for the video, I'm probably never going to transform him again. So what are we thinking? You're going to pick him up? Do I even need to ask? Of course you're going to pick him up. If you're watching this video, I find it very unlikely that you don't plan on getting Studio Series 86 Leader Megatron. He is great. So be sure to hit me up in the comments. Like and subscribe if you had a good time. If you already have, way to go, you little legend. Man, I don't even know what we're going to talk about in the comments. Is it just going to be a big love-in for how good this figure is? I think it might be, and I'm okay with it. So I'll see you there. So until the next one, let's get nerdy with it. Fall! Fall!